Ben Asgari, Racing.com form analyst, joins us on the Punters Lounge Live now. Good morning, Ben. What are you expecting from Super Saturday and conditions at Flemington?
Yeah, good morning, Jace. Conditions should be perfect today. We've had much more temperate weather in Melbourne this week than last time. Cooler nights, lower temperatures during the day. I think the top was 25, 26 degrees, sunny weather. Rail moves from the 2 metre to the 4 metre position, and considering how beautifully the track played last week when they had to put a stack of water on due to the hot weather, I'm expecting things to be ideal again today.
What about this Newmarket handicap? Can you help us pick the bones out of it? Looks very, very competitive.
Oh, what a race. 22 horses all charging down the Flemington Straight and so much quality. Can't remember a Newmarket this good. It is going to be a sensational race. There's, of course, the two main lead-up races, the Black Caviar Lightning and the Oakley Plate. I think that the Black Caviar Lightning on the whole will be the stronger lead-up race, but having said that, the horse I'm liking comes out of the Oakley Plate in Eduardo, who was very, very good first up in the Oakley Plate, too close to that really fast speed being set by Nature Strip, and I thought his effort was only his sixth start, first up from a spell, considering the fast speed. I thought it was enormous. I think he's going to be a really good sprinter, and what he did show last preparation is the ability to come out of a really hard run first up, bounce out of it in the Gilgai Stakes, and not be flattened by that sort of a performance. So it's sort of $8 or $9. I think he's over the odds. It was hard to miss the run of Osborne Bulls in the Lightning behind In Her Time, but while he was the flashing light runner, I didn't think there should be such a discrepancy between him at $4 and In Her Time at $12. So she's also going to be even better suited at 1,200 metres like Osborne Bulls will. I think it's a similar story for Graff, who gets right down in the weights, 1,200. It's going to be a big advantage for him. And, I haven't even mentioned a horse like Santa Ana Lane, Redkirk Warrior, Race Smash. It's a great race. But I think the two that are over the odds are both Eduardo and In Her Time. I concede Osborne Bulls and Graff are also sensational chances, but I just think at the current prices, I'm going to have something on Eduardo and In Her Time.
Okay, what a race it is indeed. Seeing In Her Time stick her head out on the line and just holding off Osborne Bulls. I've got some information about the Ellerslie 2-year-old race that we'll give you after chatting with Ben Asgari. Ben, how about the Australian Cup? Is it all about Avilius? It seems like most of Australasia is hanging on this result.
Yeah, I think it is. I suppose the query is you're being asked to take $1.80 about a horse who is going to be at least 3 pairs back on the inside, you'd think. But probably by that stage of the day, you wouldn't think it's going to be the superior ground on the inside, which, rather than being negative, I think is a positive because he has such an edge on them. If the field does get off the fence, it just presents him the opportunity that even if he doesn't get the ideal run through away from the fence, he may be able to just go back to the fence to find some clear galloping room. I think he does have a clear edge on his rivals, looks the one to beat. And in terms of most likely winning chances on the program, as the market suggests, I think he's going to be very, very hard to beat. So I do think it's all about Avilius. I'm not sure really what to make of the opposition. I think the two that probably ran second and third behind him in the Peter Young may fill the placings again, pending how forward the likes of Rekindling and Elmandan are first up. But I think the market's identified that Avilius is going to be hard to beat, and I agree.
Yeah, Ace High, an interesting runner, that's for sure. Out of the Peter Young finishing into third, you'd think third up should be ready, but yeah, it's all about Avilius. So, Ben, Avilius, one of your horses to beat today. Other runners that you think are worth backing?
Yeah, Avilius probably a little short for me. I do think he's going to take a power of beating. Can understand if anyone does want to launch into him at that price. Probably not the type of quote I want to be taking about a horse from gate one, but I concede with even luck and running he should be winning. I'm really keen on Spanish Reef in the last race at Flemington today. I just think third up from a spell out to 1,600 metres, she might now be fit enough to adopt the tactics she needs to produce her best form, which is rolling along either in front or outside the leader, being ridden aggressively. She was ridden for a sit in a low-pressure race, and the mannerism second up don't think it necessarily suited her. And third up out to 1,600, I think she can find her best form she's going to be really hard to beat. For those playing quaddies and multiples, etc., I'd throw in for 2 at big odds. She's around the $16 mark. It was really good first up, had no luck at all second up, ran into the race like she was going to be right in the finish, and third up 1600 should be well suited. I'm keen Spanish Reef, but I would be including for 2 as a bit of a blowout. Other horses I'm going to have something on in the second leg of the quaddie, race 7, the CUNY Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies. I've been waiting for Princess Jenny to come back to the races. Gee, she was impressive winning her maiden. Absolutely belted her rivals by a big space and in fast time too. So looking forward to seeing her. And I think Spanish Whisper, second up off a good run first up. I've noted the comments that Jane Ivels made about her. She's a horse that showed a lot of talent in New Zealand. Probably didn't put her best foot forward last preparation, but Jane has mentioned how well she looks this preparation, the way she's come back, and I like the first up run. And you look at what she did second up last campaign, she was second to Mystic Journey. That form looks pretty good in hindsight now. So if she has furnished, this looks a nice race for her, and I think those 2 horses are a backable price in Princess Jenny and Spanish Whisper.
Princess Jenny out of Zabeel mare Glitzerbeel, so plenty of interest from a New Zealand perspective, that is for sure, and great to have her featuring so highly in your selections. Ben Asgari of racing.com, those were his thoughts on the Punters Lounge Live, and we thank him again.